Are you happy? What a heavy question, right? So this was a question I actually was journaling about this morning, and then I realized, what is the definition of happiness? So I went on an expedition to find out, and I'm going to share that with you and some interesting things that I found. So 2 articles that I'm mostly referencing are from verywellmind.com from Elizabeth Scott and Kendra Cherry. And so happiness is defined as a state. So a state of satisfaction, joy, contentment, usually associated with those more lighter, positive feelings. And social scientists would call it, they term it subjective well-being. So like, what is your overall subjective well-being? And it's such an interesting thing, this pursuit of happiness. If you're American, that's on your currency. Like, we're all in this pursuit of happiness, yet it's a state and it's something very elusive that can easily get attached to different people, places, items, etc., etc. So coming to realize and just looking at this again as happiness as a state. So it's something that can change from day to day or hour to hour, really, right? But it's generally like living in those higher frequencies, those higher emotions. In the spiritual community, we would call like happiness alignment, contentment, satisfaction, when you're really aligned. So I just want to kind of ground it in with some like a more psychological perspective and social science perspective, which is it's this state of where your emotions, so like joy, satisfaction, contentment, are generally like in this upper range. And one of the things that you can look for is to notice if over a period of time, so it's like general life satisfaction, general happiness over a month, over a year, are you happy? You're not going to be happy at every moment of every day and like completely blissed out and euphoric and satisfied but because we're humans and we're meant to deal with these darker emotions, but the more resilient we are, the more that we can pull ourselves up and out through these higher emotions and states of frequencies, that is when we experience more satisfaction overall. And what I found very interesting was that there are a couple key things. One of them is reframing. So positive thinking, going deeper into positive thinking, not just masking things, but actually reframing. So reframing things through the spiritual lens, like in the spiritual community, would be like, this is happening for me, not to me. Spirit has a plan. There is a direction to this. This challenge is going to help me become stronger. I'm going to get through this. This helps resiliency. And this is how and why I'm going through this experience, so you don't become the victim, depressed, unmotivated. When you have this faith and you have this belief, it motivates you and it puts you into, ding, 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 a state of happiness. It puts you like, okay, you know what? Moving up into that state of satisfaction rather than living down in a state of depression. So this very, there are many ways in which we can achieve this. And I know it's not very easy sometimes, especially if you're like deeply chronically depressed and going through some really heavy stuff. But it's possible, especially with energy work, connecting to spirituality, connecting to your energy bodies, reframing things. This is the work of light warriors. This is the fucking work. This is what we're here to do. We're here to fucking clean up not only our shit, but generations, ancestral lines. Like, we're here to clean up this stuff, elevate the frequency, elevate the emotions, keep ourselves in a certain state through tools. And, I found it very interesting as well that life purpose, meaning and purpose, is also on the factor of these lists of keys to happiness, keys to satisfaction, keys to alignment, or what they would call a subjective state of well-being. So finding that within inside of you, finding that soul purpose, finding that meaning, finding that just like that, that thing that you feel like you're here to do, that is on the list, on a many lists of what contributing factors are to happiness, satisfaction, and well-being. So let me know how you feel about that. I'd be so curious. And I love you.